Capricorn, I have got a message from Spirit for you for the month of November 2024. It's me here, Krystal Clear. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to start by pulling 2 cards for the month of November for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's check out the energy as you come into the month. We've got the greet the darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Here, where the spine bends and the mouth quivers, breathes the hidden. The pieces that make you whole, but cut deep with all of their sharp edges. Dang, Capricorn, getting serious with it in November. Let's see how the month ends and where we head out. Okay, good, Black Cat. Curious journey into the depths of the unknown, hidden so deep that only the brave will gracefully return with light and their eyes in shadow leading home. I love that. It's like you're greeting the darkness and you're stepping into the light. It feels as if, Capricorn, there's some changes that have been either happening or they come to a resolution here in November for you. It's been a period of maybe darkness is the easiest way to say it, and you've been trying to do your best. Maybe there's been financial pressure or within the home that there's been this pressure. It could be within your romantic relationships as well. When I see here that like the light guides you home, it feels more like it's the affairs of the home or the affairs within the home. And so this shift, greet the darkness as you start the month. It's like I put all my cards on the table. Spirit is indicating that you have to, hopefully you can, you have to see that you have done your best and your most. You've put it out there. You have fully committed. It's been a bit burdensome, but November is here and resolution is happening. The Black Cat is a familiar. It brings comfort. I do feel that how the beginning of the month is versus how the end of the month ends for you, Capricorn, it's going to be much more comforting. You go from this place of feeling stressed out, the discomfort of the darkness, taking it as it is. I almost said taking it on the chin. I apologize if that's going to offend anybody, but I'm just going to say it because I giggled a little bit and I didn't want you to think I was laughing at you, Capricorn. But like you took it, you did it, you got through it. And there's so much good that comes from it. There's so much light working through this shadow. So many people are like, well, light work. But when you can really integrate that shadow, there's a liberation and a freedom. And that liberation and freedom, the stresses that you've been experiencing here in October or September, October, leading up to this month here in November, it's subsiding. So let's take a look and see how it looks. Yeah, you've been juggling 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is all about juggling and finally things, just coming into a better balance. Yes, with the wheel, that is the shift that is happening, which is good. And we've got the last 2 come out together. So let's take a look. It is the 6 of Wands. So there is this victory, and behind it is a 5 of Wands, which would make sense that a 5 of Wands might show up once there's a victory, but the 5 of Wands indicates that there's some people connected to like these troubles, whatever troubles you had in the home. I feel as if there were, there were either other people involved or there was like either arguments, disagreements. With the 5 of Wands, there's some sort of misalignment with people in your life or with energy that you've been kind of paying too much attention to. And that connects with that darkness. Since it was behind the 6 of Wands, it feels like it's been fueling your success. That even though someone may have screwed you over or taken the low road and you had to take the high road, or you felt like you were the only one carrying the burdens this month, it led to your victory. The reason, and by this month I mean October, or I mean previously before November. November brings the victory. And if it wasn't for that hardships, you might not have had the ability to balance. You were pushed to your limit, but it allowed for your thinking to expand a bit, especially being Capricorn, even though you're a good hard worker and you're great at brainstorming and leadership, you may sometimes, I'm sure you like to expand your point of view, but sometimes you need to. And until you're pushed into an emotional place, it's sometimes hard to see a new perspective for Capricorns. They sometimes get stuck in their perspectives. So I feel as if this darkness that you have greeted previously and coming into the beginning of the month, it's like, well, I've integrated my darkness and now therefore I'm free. It's like you've had to go through this emotional Five of Wands energy to get to this victorious place. In the Wheel of Fortune, I love that the card after the Wheel of Fortune was the Six of Wands, and that's a very victorious shift that is happening. So the struggles that you have had, and that's the Two of Pentacles. It's like all of these different responsibilities that you've had to juggle, these responsibilities you've had to juggle. These uncertainties that you've had to think of a resolution for, think of a plan for. It's like, I feel as if leading up to the month of November, there may have been these little fires that you had to put out in all of these different places with that Five of Wands showing up. And you might just be exhausted. And there's a part of exhaustion that breeds surrender. And in surrender is truly where we're able to go to those depths of our journey, the depths of the shadow. We rest there. That is the moment of grace. It's like, I feel defeated. I've done all I can. This moment is grace. And then you come out of it with new light. You come out of it with a new perspective. And with the familiar, you come out of it with a greater opportunity for comfort than if you wouldn't have gone through the shadow work that the leading months have brought. I hope that makes some sense. So we're going to pull a card here for Spirit's advice as you navigate November. And if you'd like some help working through it, you can visit doitdivine.com and schedule your personal session. So let's pull a card for Spirit's advice. We got Don't Let Pride Get in the Way. And then I think that's it. Like when we talked about the surrender, when we talked about that bit of grace, and we get to that place of surrender and grace, there's pride that is basically stripped of us. And it's important by the end of the month, when you do feel this victory, Spirit is encouraging you, don't let your pride be the one that helped you be victorious. Yes, your work matters. And your motivation, your consistency, your ethic, all of that absolutely matters. And you can give yourself credit for that. And I do feel that this wasn't easy. There was a bit of divinity that was needed and required. And when Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way, it's just to honor that bit of grace that you experience, to allow for this experience, to allow this experience to help you to communicate from a more deeply emotionally rooted place. When Spirit worked on shifting your perspective so you could get to this place of feeling and emotion and vulnerability, so that you could see this new way of handling things, and so that you could be successful as you greet your darkness and integrate your shadow, Spirit wants you to share that whole process, that full process, not just like, whew, yeah, I worked my butt off this month. Thank goodness, it all worked out. Yes, for sure. I do feel you have worked hard and you deserve to give yourself the recognition that you need. But when you're sharing with others, don't let pride lead it. Allow yourself to let connection lead it. Let that place of grace and surrender and the familiars, like togetherness, allow for togetherness to lead that, community to lead that. Be sure to thank your community and everyone who helped you along the way. Stay in that place of gratitude. And November really is a great month for gratitude. So I'm hoping this helps as you navigate the month. If we vibe, please subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing you the best blessings and love always. Take care.